And we are live November 2nd, 2021, the SMT podcast. I'm joined this evening by the great, the honorable Mr. Zero Cool, and the amazing and tremendous Carlos S. Tech. Thank you, gents, for coming on. Appreciate you guys for being here. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. Good evening.
Yo.
All right, man. So we want to do the show right after we got all the earnings for all the carriers. And we got Verizon and AT&T a couple of weeks ago. So we were waiting on T-Mobile. So they scheduled theirs today. And they always do this. They always schedule theirs the end of, business day. And, like 4:30 Eastern time. So it works out for me because I'm basically getting out of work at like 3:30. By the time I get home, it's like 4:30, so 4 o'clock. So I got to come home and look at some of the metrics and the numbers, the analytics, and then listen to what the executives have to say. The funny thing about the executives is you have to listen to the whole thing because they'll drop a couple important bits and pieces of information you might miss or isn't in the actual report. And it tells you about kind of like the future and the direction they're going in. It kind of gives you like I don't know, like a pulse of the report. Now, T-Mobile's been known to put it on thick during the earnings reports, right? That's kind of been their tendency since the John Ledger days. And it's kind of the way they do it. So we're used to that part. But there were a couple of really interesting things that we got some information on. I got a whole list of the metrics, some cool stuff. And then the really mundane, boring stuff, you guys can go back and watch the video that I did earlier for that. If you're an actual investor of T-Mobile or if you're an investor of telco and you have been hesitant to pull the trigger on maybe with, T-Mobile stock or what have you, you can go back and watch that and look at some of that. And I don't know, sometimes the revenue stuff is like, I don't know, like maybe that's all that the investors really care about. But for us, it's like we want to see the companies thriving financially so that way they build a better network, and that's how I look at it. I don't know about you, Zero Cool. I don't know about you, Los. You guys want to comment on that side of things?
Yeah, I mean, it just investor shows are nice. To be honest, I just look at the PDF of the quarterly results and how it all breaks it down. One thing that I noticed, and I'll get into the details, but one thing that has at least with this quarterly result has stuck out to me was the where is it? The amount of 5G, amount of 5G pops. It was for extended range 5G. They did hit their mark, and it's covering 308 million people. So I thought
You
that
said
was
308, right?
yeah, 308 million people. So that was interesting to see right
So
now.
let's start there with the network piece. So you brought it up. You have over 300 million pops in the low range extended 5G. You've got 190 million pops of the 5G ultra capacity. So I think that's meaningful because those are customers that are able to take advantage of a much more capacitive 5G layer. Yeah, we could sit there and we can brag about the 5G reach, but I think it's hard to sell people on a channel that performs the same as LTE. So I think the ultra capacity and think about it, Zero Cool. What did they emphasize during the earnings call? Like to me, it was 5G as a differentiator, Magenta MAX as a differentiated
Exactly.
experience. You really can't enjoy 5G ultra capacity, without a 5G phone, right? You got to have the phone and you have to have the plan. You have to have the Magenta MAX, and they were pushing all of that. So to me, I've already kind of moved away from the extended range 5G as an important 5G metric for me, because this is what I'm hearing from T-Mobile. It's all about the ultra capacity. What say you?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they're at 190 for the ultra capacity. They're going to reach 200, excuse me, 200 million by year's end.
I think they hit it. I don't think it's going to be an issue. I think they get there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's. I mean, you're right. They're really emphasizing the plan. It's almost as if it's like lock, step, and key. You must have Magenta Max to survive, right? So, um,
Well, it's funny because they're telling like all the Sprint customers, all those that are like migrating, at least get a phone with 600 megahertz. But then
mhm.
with the Magenta customers, it's like get on the max, get on the max. So it's kind of like they do different things with the different customers, right?
Yeah, I feel I just I feel that they're really pushing the 5G phones that have the N41, and then the next upsell technique is to get on the plans. Like, well, hey, you got this phone. Well, hey, you need the plan with it. So it's kind of like a yeah, it's just like you need the keys to the car, and the
Mm-hmm.
N41 is the car, right? So,
Yeah.
um, oh yeah, I think they're hitting they're hitting their metrics, their targets and stuff. So, I think it's going to be uh, next year. I think it's going to be more of an ambitious goal. I'm not sure what their targets are going to be. It could be 400 to 500 million, and then maybe 300 million on N41. We'll see. But I know that next year is going to be pretty uh, big from a network build up perspective, and with that comes and more bigger targets for metrics, for pops, for customers that they need to reach, and that comes with more Magenta Max. So
I'm uh I'm curious. I'd like to know how many of their customers actually have adopted the 5G phone, right? So AT&T I think is at 20%. I think Verizon is slightly above 20%. Their customers are adopting 5G phones at the greatest pace, but they're the companies with the least amount of 5G. So what is it about the T-Mobile Magenta base that are not upgrading their devices? Because they actually have the network for it, right? The extended range 5G has over 300 million pops, and the 5G ultra capacity, a major reason to upgrade a 5G device, right? With all the capacity, they've got the lowest adoption. I don't know the exact number, but according to some of the analytics that some people I've spoken to, the last we checked, it was like 11%.
yeah,
I feel like that's pretty low. You're pretty now. It may be higher now with this quarter. I just don't have the numbers, but Verizon went from like 17% to 21% in a single quarter. So they've got like a 4% penetration in that segment.
I feel that that should be ramping up next year. I don't think that it's hard to justify because there's not enough density. You could say, hey, here's your 5G phone and go enjoy it everywhere.
Mhm.
But I'm hoping and have the feeling next year that the upgrades will be heavily pushed. The Magenta Max plans will be even more pushed. Um, I think that'll be good because it's the more 5G devices we get in customers' hands, right?
Mhm.
That forces your capex, right? That forces the hand to say, hey, oh, we need a capacity site over here, or we need some more, we need some more clusters in this metro area, right? Clusters of sites. It's kind of like to me, it's just a snowball effect, right? You have you have customers that excuse me, you have customers that want to get on the 5G plans, the 5G phones. More customers needed, more sites go up, and what they call as better 5G penetration in the marketplace. So I'm kind of excited to see what happens in the next year and the following after that, because I think that it's going to be really good for T-Mobile customers all around.
So what do you think about this, Carlos? If you're still there, just checking. Magenta Max is a hit with new customers. Customers that are switching from Verizon and AT&T seem to really like Magenta Max. That's the only customer segment that Mike Sievert mentioned. So that means the Magenta branded customers are sticking with Essentials or Magenta or what's the other ones? The Simple Choice, the T-Mobile One plans of yesteryear, right? So why is the Magenta Max the plan to get for the new customers, and why aren't the current Magenta customers upgrading? Okay, maybe we lost Los. Let me go. I'll go to you on that, Zero. Cool. You can go ahead and take this one.
Okay, I'm sorry. What'd you? I was busy typing
So
a
it's a
text. What'd you?
two-part question.
Mhm.
The statements made by Mike Sievert, the CEO, where Magenta Max is a hit with new customers. He didn't speak to the current customers. He didn't speak to the legacy customers. He didn't speak to Sprint customers.
Right.
He said those that are switching to us, new customers, are the ones that seem to be really taking a liking to the Magenta Max.
Hmm. I can tell you
Why do you
exactly why
think
that
those new
is.
customers my only thought process to that, the new customers, was they're leaving Verizon and AT&T because possibly they're congested in their markets, and T-Mobile's got some capacity there, so the Magenta Max makes sense, right? But
That's
why aren't we seeing the same Magenta Max push for Magenta branded and for, the existing customer base?
that's part of it. It's when you go to switch to a new carrier, you're not really you always want like the latest and greatest, right? So that's what they're going to upsell you on. They're not going to upsell you on, oh, here's a a T-Mobile Essentials or whatever their older plans are, right? They're going to try to sell you on the latest and greatest plan that's going to work with for their network. Um, it goes back to saying about the uh, upgrade program that they got. A lot of people are just hanging back on their old plan, okay, not really upgrading to either a 5G phone. But it's he's right. It's easy to attract new customers on a new plan that a customer may not know something about. They may be enticed by a new plan. They may like the new plan. It's a lot easier to attract a new customer to a new plan than to upgrade an old customer on an old plan that they really like. You see what I'm saying? So that's part of it. The other thing is again is the network build out. It's a lot of customers want better service. They want better internet. Faster connections. Um, to have the towers built, you need to have the upgraded plans. Which gets more service revenues, more ARPU. Um, So it's a lot harder to sell an old customer than new customer. So that's exactly why that's what's happening.
I think that the number of customers that are added to T-Mobile that are taking advantage of the Magenta Max, I think most of those are Verizon customers. The
Yeah,
reason
I
I
think
think
so.
that is because they're probably leaving the carrier who has neglected a lot of these Band 13 only sites in rural America off the beaten path a little bit. They haven't done much with those sites. And those customers are like, I've had it. That's enough. This network is congested in these places. They haven't upgraded these towers. Verizon has heavily emphasized metro areas for a long time, the big cities, millimeter wave, small cells, because I mean, a lot of their business is there. You have to defend your territory, and there's more people there, right?
Right.
But I feel like that makes the most sense. I think a lot of people that are leaving Verizon and going to T-Mobile are like, give me your highest priority plan, give me the most speed, because what I just left was terrible. Because I see some of the speed tests. People share it with me. They send me a speed test on Verizon that gets a half a megabits per second down and 3 megabits up, or sometimes like barely even usable. They're on the most expensive plan and they're getting 2 megabits. Well, what about the
Um,
person who's got the middle plan? Are they even able to watch a video? You know?
right. A lot of I feel like some of the switchover is price. Okay, so if they're playing, if they get more and the
Oh, and what about the best deals on the phones, right?
exactly. So now with T-Mobile you
Running
get
Flame was mentioning that too.
right. So with T-Mobile you get really good deal on phones. Sometimes even free phones, right? Free
Mhm,
free, free,
mhm.
free bill credits for phones, right? So with that, you're used to paying, 90, over $100, whatever, at Verizon. With T-Mobile, not only get that great phone, but you also get a great price at their best plan, the Magenta Max, right? So you're paying less um, with T-Mobile, and you're getting like the top tier plan, just like you were with Verizon, but you get you get the free phone and the or maybe like a free lines, free extra lines, stuff like that, free tablet, what have you. And you're getting it's kind of like how do I want to put this? You're getting free goodies, which kind of acts like a premium experience that you would at Verizon.
Mm-hmm.
Verizon has the premium experience with the network. T-Mobile has devices and plans that kind of have that same value and experience, So you kind of put you kind of, as a new customer, you kind of like, oh, okay, let's put my faith in T-Mobile to, give me a great deal on a phone, give me a great deal on Magenta Max, and then we'll see what the network can do. And I think that's where a lot of customers are coming from. They just want the best they can get out of the carrier. And I think with the value proposition that T-Mobile has, now that's exactly what they're getting.
All right, let's go ahead and transition over to the T-Mobile home internet. We got a couple of tidbits. 150,000 customers now for T-Mobile home internet. I think they wanted to, I don't, what did they want? Or no, they added 150,000 this quarter. So I think they're approaching 500,000. That's what they want to get by the end of the year. I'd say they're probably close. If they're not at like 450,000 now, I think they're already at 500,000. They could just save that for the next, quarter earnings and say, hey, we hit our mark and 2022 is going to be a huge year for us. And it will be. I do think a lot of people are going to start adopting the service. The two things they have to address there, they need a better gateway. Obviously it still needs to be easy to set up, user friendly. I think it also has to be more friendly to the rural American customer who can attach some antennas, to improve signal, because those external antennas could be the difference between you getting a mid-band signal versus a low-band signal, and you can have a 15 megahertz channel of N71, or you might have a 100 megahertz channel of N41 if you can hook up those external antennas. So I think that's important. I also, and this kind of harks back to the network, Zero Cool. The average T-Mobile home internet customer is using 1 full terabyte of data a month. So they are not lollygagging. People bought the service, and they're using it like a real home internet, right? A terabyte is, what's the average user consuming in data for a month from a cable ISP or a fiber ISP?
It's about a terabyte on
Mm-hmm.
average.
So they're holding their own. They're upgrading the network at a pretty fast pace. They know they're going to have to support mobile, and they're going to support the home internet customers as well. Now, so I consider all that to be winning. Like I was happy to hear all that. The one thing that I found kind of goofy, and it was hard to like actually kind of take it in. I couldn't wrap my mind around it. I don't know who the gentleman was. It wasn't Mike Sievert, and it wasn't Neville Ray. I don't even think Neville Ray said 2 words. But and I don't think it was like the retail guy. It was I think it was the financial guy or something. He said that they're taking customers away from fiber and cable. I find that really hard to believe. If you added 150,000 customers nationally, you're probably taking the DSL customer. They're probably taking the HughesNet Viasat customer. I don't think they're taking, tradition. Like they might take some cable ISP, but they're not taking fiber customers. No way. No way. The symmetrical uplink and downlink you're getting with fiber is second to none. The fiber uptime makes it really ultra reliable and dependable. There's no way that a cellular fixed wireless access connection without network slicing or priority on the network, there's no way it could compare. That's how I was looking at it.
So you're exactly right. So the couple things is yeah, no, they're not taking away from the fiber customer, right? They are taking away from the DSL and from the satellite customer. Keep in mind the DSL is no longer maintained. It's phased out. People need another choice, right? I talked to a couple people. They have actually switched, from the AT&T DSL over to T-Mobile home internet. And there's actually, if you look up YouTube videos, the proof is in the pudding. Go look up YouTube videos that people that switched to T-Mobile home internet from Viasat. I watched a couple last week, and from AT&T ADSL, right? So that's I personally, I think that I wish that their subscriber number for home internet was up. I think that 100,000 is low, but it all goes back to, in my opinion, not necessarily the gateway. The gateway is just a CPE.
Make DSL great again.
the home gateway is just a CPU, like custom prem equipment, right? But what needs to happen is density. You can have all the gateways in the world, but without tower density, those gateways won't work well, right? So this just I feel that next year, especially in 2023, we're gonna see a huge surge in and you can I'll put this on record. A huge surge in T-Mobile home internet customers due to a couple things. One will be improved tower density. The second thing will be we'll have the 2.5 auction underway, so that's going to be increased spectrum. There'll be improved efficiencies in carrier aggregation from N41 to N71 being dual carrier agged and working simultaneously. So basically, what's going to happen is you'll get the N41 speeds at 600 megahertz range. Okay. And lastly, again, which it's kind of funny that they're up at raising the price. They're lowering the price. They're raising the price to 50 to 60 back and forth with the T-Mobile home internet, right? I think they're going to find the stride to have a sweet price point next year. I hope they keep it at, personally, I would like to see it at $40. That's just me. I think T-Mobile can undercut the competition and make that really attractive, or maybe they can. It would be nice to. I don't think they've done this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but why can't they? If you get a T-Mobile line, throw in T-Mobile home internet with it. Or why can't they do something like that? They need to do something like that. That'd be nice,
All right, there's three things that gotta happen. Zero cool.
Exactly.
I'm with you on the tower density. I totally agree. That's to me is the primary concern with anything where you need network capacity. If you don't densify, it's a losing battle. You can have all the spectrum in the world, blah blah blah. You're gonna have the best vendor equipment, blah blah blah. But the bottom line is you have to densify because you can only put X number of users on said tower, on said site. And this is why I've advocated in specific sectors, because one sector might be pointing at an apartment complex and another one might be pointing at a field, that's got neighborhoods behind it, and it's very dynamic and fluid. But come on, man, let's not downplay the horrible performance we've seen from the Nokia gateway. We need a decent gateway. Can we at least just get that?
Yeah.
Just something decent that doesn't overheat.
Absolutely, I agree. I just it's not the way to roll out a product. We've seen what happened with the T-Vision. We have a bad gateway for the T-Mobile home internet. They're coming out with a new one. I just hope that it's whatever T-Mobile is picking up next. I hope the product is worth it, the service is worth it. But the new T-Mobile home gateway, that's going to be hopefully coming out soon. The info is on tmobilenews.com, and it should be pretty good. So
they are going to have to start kicking up the backhaul a little bit.
So
that too, yeah.
Is the new gateway going to come with a dong?
It's gonna come with improved service.
So that means what? A dong then.
That
ain't
means
working, bro.
Yeah, I think there's a handful of variables that can make the service better. I think a true network slice helps. I think upgraded backhaul. I think the tower densification. I think the better gateway. It goes to show you that with 150,000 people that adopted it this quarter, even with all of that needing improvement, they still added those customers. But I will say this, and they have not reported this, but they really should, is eventually they have to start reporting churn. Because I know there are quite a few people who likely returned the gateway because of problems with heating. And there are probably some people who also returned it because of buffering video, right? Because of capacity and densification issues. Because when T-Mobile sells somebody the home internet and users start to use their services more, they're going to prioritize mobile traffic first. So if mobile traffic use kicks up, what does that do to the home internet customer? Right? They get deprioritized first. I had to return mine because of buffering video. You know, it was good the first month, and that's all I could say. By the third or fourth month, it was useless. I mean, it was basically running an iPad for 6 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that maybe that gateway project was rushed. Okay, with this, it was rushed. I can tell you it was. It was rushed. The T-Mobile home internet, even though that wasn't beta, um, was rushed. I would have, if it were me, I would have launched the T-Mobile home internet probably in mid-year 2022. You have to, I would just focus on the network and have the tower density to support it, and by then at least have a good, compatible gateway.
But they had to get out in front of Verizon.
They
They
did,
had
and
to.
yeah,
They
I know.
felt that pressure. They knew Verizon was coming. They knew they were going to do fixed wireless access once they
Yeah.
got C-band. You know, generally speaking, I think Verizon, because they do more with small cells, they have an advantage with the home internet, especially with nodes. Like
Right.
any site that Verizon is doing millimeter wave is a 5G home site, right? And then any small cell, and by the way, Verizon just upgraded like every small cell backhaul here in the CLE. Speeds doubled. Sites that used to do 70 are doing 150. Sites that were doing 200 are doing 350. It's incredible. Like the CBRS is already good. They've had upgraded backhaul because those sites they're doing 600-700 megs. So they knew they had to get out in front, and they believe that if they can get them now, they can keep them. If a customer was to try the Verizon home internet first, they might stay with them. You know what I'm saying, Zero Cool? I feel like they felt they would just want to get it out there and just launch.
Yeah, I mean, if
Bro,
you, it all comes to like execution, right? If you have the backhaul in place, if you have the product, the gateway in place, the service, the tower density in place, all of those things that Verizon has, that I previously mentioned, it's easier to keep a customer. And it's easier to upgrade a customer into
Bro,
5G. Go ahead, Liz.
you know the Verizon LTE gateway? Like I have that thing, bro. And it's so damn reliable, bro. Even though it might be only 50 by 5, bro. I don't give a damn. It's
Are you talking
reliable.
about the LTE?
Yeah, I got that.
Wait, you have the LTE and the ultra wideband?
I got them both. I carry the LTE one like on me in the car. It's awesome. It's reliable.
All right. That covers that. Do you guys want to do the good out of the earnings, or do you want to start with the bad? Because there was mixed bag.
I don't know. I always like to end on a good note, but that
Okay.
saying never holds true. That was a joke.
we could end on a good note, though. I think I could pull it off. All right, let's start with things that I think T-Mobile is going in the wrong direction on. Okay. The first thing is they resorted to a new technique of reporting. They are now calling this segment new accounts added. Previously, because T-Mobile historically always adds the most customers, it's not them anymore. Now it's AT&T. They're likely going to add the most customers this year. Their growth is industry leading for consecutive quarters now. Like that's the old T-Mobile is now what AT&T is doing in terms of growth. So now we're seeing T-Mobile, and I called this. If you watch my video from this afternoon, I dropped it at like 1:00. I literally called this. If they don't get the growth metric for customer ads, they were going to create some new spinoff of that metric. And Mike Sievert called it new accounts added. That is 100% a reach by Mike Sievert to investors to make it look like growing. Like their growth didn't stop. And I'm not blaming him. It's not about that. It's just I knew this was coming because it's going to look like, okay, well, if we don't grow, our stock drops, right? And that's what happened, right? The stock has been dropping. They peaked at $150. Now the investors are saying, where's the growth? AT&T is growing. Why aren't you guys growing? What's going on? So he totally did that. Another thing that I thought, even though, and we'll talk about this as a good thing, their ARPU did go up. It's still really far back. Those free lines got to be killing them, man. They have to be. I mean, the CEO spoke to this the last quarter and said, "Oh, free lines aren't a big deal." And how? You're $27 per account behind AT&T and you're like $23 behind Verizon. That is absolutely a big deal. Your competitors are able to sell the same thing you sell but get more for it. That's got to be a concern. Don't you agree?
I mean, I do, but I feel like that T-Mobile's more focused on what is it, service revenue, not necessarily ARPU. That's always been a big thing for them, is like just the service revenues. But what I want to say is regarding the churn, though, they'll, due to the merger, contractual obligations, they're not going to report that until like April 2023, right? Until Sprint customers forced to be locked into T-Mobile plans, right? So we won't see the churn numbers. I don't, as a whole company, I don't think until then, unfortunately. But I think as far as for added customers go, I don't know. I think it's just they need to heavily focus on more metrics.
Okay.
I think.
Did the data breach hurt?
No, I knew it wouldn't. I knew. No, it
Really?
I feel that it's something that I don't know. This is, maybe I'm just playing devil's advocate, but I feel like it's something that happened to T-Mobile. It didn't affect them as much as like what I thought it would. I don't know. Because
Okay, so
again, they won't say
look at
like
the
how many
customer
customers they
ads.
lost.
Okay, so look
Right.
at the customer ads. The customer ads, the total net ads was 670,000. That was their total.
What do you think it should have been, 1 million?
I mean, isn't this the growth company?
I
Why
thought about that too. I mean,
my thing
yeah.
is, why is AT&T the growth company, but you're not?
Again, seriously, I believe it's what AT&T is doing. They're taking the, as we talked about before in the past,
So let me
the
get this straight.
uncarrier approach.
So let me get this straight.
That's why.
T-Mobile kicked butt for the last decade because they tried to get customers, right?
Right.
Verizon and AT&T don't try to get customers, and they keep them all the time. AT&T tries to get customers while T-Mobile is trying to get customers, and AT&T gets all the customers.
I feel that AT&T is putting on a better uncarrier proposition, and not only that, they have the network to back it up as well, and the capacity. When you do an uncarrier move, or when you set certain promotions, for example, the iPhone with AT&T, customers take notice of that. How many times have his Lowe's, shined on his iPhone with AT&T, other customers like that, you have that, and T-Mobile doesn't. I mean, what do you want to say? They just don't. I don't know. It's
all right. Well, I disagree. I think the breach hurt. I think they lost some customers there. I don't know how many. I just think they did. AT&T is whooping them in the competitive landscape, right? And this just in, breaking news, 600,000 Sprint customers fled T-Mobile this quarter.
that, I believe. Yeah. What up, Pete?
What's up, Bearded Dragon? What's up, Pete? Let's get some sound, Pete.
Ahoy!
Ahoy! What's up, man?
I'm doing a Lowe's.
You doing it mobile?
Walking out of the campus.
Nice. Yo, Pete.
There's a parking lot.
You ready for this metric, man?
Yeah.
Sprint customers, 600,000 churned. Went to AT&T and Verizon. Too many, too little expected. Where you at with that number, man?
Too many.
Too many. Yeah, they're free agents, man. When they leave T-Mobile, they are free agents. They added 670,000 customers total, the net. Also breaking news, half of those additions were connected devices and not actual paid phone lines. That would put the actual phone line ads at what, 330,000?
So wait a minute, Steve, I got a quick question for you regarding that. If that's the case, if 600,000 left Sprint and they're just connected devices, that you really think that's due to the data breach? Number one,
No. The Sprint customers leaving is something totally different.
Okay, right. Yeah, I feel like for them it's more having a better network with AT&T and getting a premium for their network quality on connected devices at AT&T and capacity.
Prepaid is slow. They only added 60,000. They did convert 0.5% of their customers from prepaid to postpaid. That's pretty good. You know, they've got 107 million customers now. So in my estimation, that's pretty good. What happened to Pete? We got a green screen of some sort.
Trying to figure out why I'm hearing double talk.
There you go. You're back. What's up, Tim? No, we ain't got Tim. All right, we'll go ahead and we got a comment here from Kurt. Good to have you, and thank you for supporting with the super chat. Appreciate it very much. He said, "Here's my capex for the channel. I'm spending more than T-Mobile."
No, he's only spending more than Dish.
Oh, by the way, Mike Sievert spoke to Dish a little bit early on. I don't know if you guys got to catch that. He was talking about 5G adoption of phones. He was speaking to the 3-month edition, the extension of the CDMA. He tried to make it off like he was doing Dish a favor and the customers a favor.
Yeah.
You know, he was biting his teeth, or he was biting his tongue. What he really wanted to say was, "I hate Charlie. I can't believe the DOJ made me do this."
Hold up, is keeping CDMA going doing anyone a real favor?
Well, yeah, for the old timers, the grandmas and grandpas, of course.
The problem, Pete, is this. Neville Ray testified 14 times saying that they did not need the PCS spectrum that was on CDMA. That's damning. Like, they literally shot themselves in the foot. All they had to say was, yes, we need it. And the agreement would have insisted that they could shut down the network as soon as they wanted to. But they were clearly playing nice to get the deal done. And then they changed their mind recently.
I mean, that CDMA PCS spectrum is like network cocaine for 5G.
Yeah, but it's like true. 5 megahertz, dude.
Right.
Hey, that's 5 megahertz without a guard band.
I understand, but why wasn't he truthful during the whole merger process? The merger trial process.
Maybe they had their head in their asses when they were doing the research.
But this is the thing, though. Why are other networks with less spectrum doing better on older technology? That's the problem. Is they need to bump up that backhaul. They need to stop with this macro BS everywhere, and get the small cells going in the places to fill in instead of these macros. Like, I'm tired. My T-Mobile phone, I charged it last night. I was at SEMA. I didn't even know that the phone died, and it was at 100% when I left the house at 10 a.m. And it was dead by 4 p.m. because it keeps hopping towers. It's confused because they're overpowered. Too many macro sites here. It's like oversaturated. It's confused.
Yep. I get that sometimes in Longmont.
And that's the problem, is they need to stop with that and fill in those gaps with those small cells that'll help them at the end. Like the small cells offload. It helped Verizon It's helping AT&T those C-RANs. So I don't see why it wouldn't help T-Mobile, and it's actually a lot cheaper to do those.
Yeah, I actually recommend, like, when I used to have a T-Mobile phone, what I would do is put it just on one band, like AWS, and just leave it on there. And the battery will be your battery life will be better. I know it's not ideal, but it definitely makes for at least a usable phone with pretty good capacity.
Hey, I'm enjoying when I'm stuck on band 25.
Oh yeah,
It's not a bad one to be. It's not a bad one to be stuck on unless you're at 5 megahertz like me.
Dude, here 5 megahertz on 25 sometimes outdoes 10 megahertz on 66.
Yeah, I believe that.
What's up,
Timbo?
Tim?
What's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Finally got
Yeah.
on. What's up, bro?
Couldn't find my freaking headphones.
Ah,
Man, I remember when my beard used to be like that, all dark and fantastic with no
Oh,
gray
it's-
hairs.
It's short. Like I just shaved like 4 inches off of it.
I know you look human, bro. You used to be one of them Sasquatches, bro.
Hey,
Yeah, like Pete and myself.
Yeah, just like Pete. By the way, I got to go back to what you guys were talking about. So the Magenta Plus or Magenta Max, why that's such a big hit? That's all employees in stores talk about because it freaking pays them. They get paid 2.5 times the revenue of the gross plan in commission if they sell that plan. So if you're a Verizon customer, that's all you're going to hear from me.
Mhm.
You're not going to hear about any other rate plan.
Because it probably is even just a slight, maybe a couple of bucks cheaper than the cheapest Verizon plan.
Yeah, depending on what you're coming from, yeah.
Yeah, you might be on.
yeah.
If like you're on a single line, right? On Verizon,
Yeah,
you're
'cause
probably paying
90
$90
bucks
a
a
month on a
month,
middle
you know,
plan, right?
Yeah, taxes, fees
You're like-
included and everything.
Yeah, you're
It's
like, I
literally
give you the
same as
best
what you're
plan we
paying.
got for the same price.
Yep.
Yeah, they could probably pull it off, and then they'll pull off some other accessories or whatever else because that's what they're used to at Verizon, right?
Every day
Yep.
walking back from class, it's about 1 kilometer.
I mean, make sure you stay hydrated, dog.
Oh, I down some water before and after walking.
So how about this? The SOGA, that's the new word that the kids are using these days. Share of gross ads, maybe. 8.4% for T-Mobile, 13% for Verizon, 21% for AT&T. So AT&T's got 3 times the SOGA. Sheesh.
Never even heard of that terminology before.
Share of gross ads, I think. Industry worst churn. When I looked at the numbers, Mike Sievert's telling me it's the industry leading churn. I don't know what to do, man. I don't even know what to say anymore, dog.
We got breaking news.
Yo, kick the music.
Yo,
DJ.
what's
We
up,
got,
Moose?
we got breaking
Oh,
news, man.
shit.
We got. I literally just woke up. God damn! I have breaking news,
Uh-oh.
man. Let me put this. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Yo, kick the music, DJ.
Ontario Mills, California. We've had this conversation before. Chacha has been there. He has confirmed the plight that people have suffered for years. Well, as of this afternoon, we got a fully functional 10 gig backhaul, 3-sector site officially, finally.
At the
It's
Cha-Cha
supposed to be for
headquarters?
2022, but Stanky put in the stank, and it's now up today, 6 months ahead of schedule. Jesus.
Stank, you put in the stank.
How much was her crap at?
Now would Randall put in the Rand? Is that
No,
what
no.
would happen?
Randall would have ran away. Is the problem. He would have ran away. You know, and then T-Mobile continues to lie about their
Brother,
you know,
I don't get the churn. I don't
Jesus
get this. I'm looking at the numbers. I got T-Mobile at 0.93 or something, 0.96, right? That's a
Hold on,
number.
hold on.
It's all about how you cook the books.
Okay, but
Time out.
I'm looking at the numbers. T-Mobile's at 0.9 something. Verizon's 0.67 and AT&T is like 0.74. How is T-Mobile industry leading churn? I don't get this number
They're
thing.
leading with the highest.
Now, another one is how
That's
many
called
of
book
those net
cooking.
ads? How many of those net ads were smartwatches and connected devices only that they counted?
Half.
Oh, so they
That's
counted that
50%.
as net additions. I thought it was supposed to be smartphones.
No. Half of their net ads were connected devices.
So where's my free watch at?
They also ran the free
Jesus.
line. They also ran the free line promotion for, was it 6 or 8 weeks? Like 8 weeks. It was half the quarter. It was halfway through the quarter.
Now, was it a free line promotion that came with the thong or without the thong?
So I'm out of the loop a little bit. Which free line promotion were they running? Was it get 2 voice lines, get a line free again, or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or port in, upgrade your phone, and then add a line for free.
Same thing they've been doing.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I call it the free line promo. It's the same one. It's just they call it the oh shit promotion in the industry. The quarter is not going well. Run the free line.
Jesus.
When are they going to run the free lines again, bro?
And that's
Maybe
how
I
you
can get
know
10
how
free
good the
lines.
quarter is how late do they wait in the quarter to run it.
Well, think
If
about
they
it like
wait to the
this.
very end, then it's not that bad of a quarter. If they do it, 1 month in, then that means it's a crappy quarter. They ran it pretty quick, dude. They ran it within the first 6 to 8 weeks.
Sneed, the $1,000. There's actually $1,200, and all these other promotions have started officially on the 4th week of the 4th quarter, which was last week. So that means that it's an oh shit quarter for them as well.
Yeah. It was off to a bad start. I mean, remember they started right away as soon as AT&T did earnings, $1,000 to switch.
Boom. Yep. And
Right
then
away.
Verizon followed suit.
Yeah. Yep, they sure did.
By the way, did you see the home broadband / IoT numbers
for
T-Mobile? It says 1.5 million combined. So that means that they don't even know. They don't even want to say specifically the home broadband, which is that 50 or 60 or whatever $70 price point home internet thing that they're doing.
Moose, I think they're approaching 500,000. The goal was to get to 500,000 by the end of the year. They added 150,000 T-Mobile home internet customers this quarter. So I don't know.
Hey, that isn't bad if you consider that it's targeted for those rural markets where they only have 10 megahertz of N71.
Yeah, but that's not going to be a good experience.
I want to
For
test
home
out this
internet?
new gateway, bro.
Hey,
When can I get this new gateway?
it's not a good experience, but when your alternative is dial-up or HughesNet, it's a good experience.
Or Cox.
By the way, my buddy that was signed up for that Verizon home internet says that the only issue is that sometimes the VPN does turn off randomly, which means that the signal from the box turns off randomly. You know what I mean? So then I'm like, it's within the first 24 hours. I'm going to give it software update leeway. Okay.
By the way, VPNs, contrary to popular belief, are not always 100% encrypted.
No, of course. But for your job, I'm talking about. If you're VPNing for your job, you have to be on VPN, and sometimes it turns off.
You have to go into the gateway and turn off the firewall. FYI.
Oh, really?
If you're gonna use a VPN, that's what happened to my millimeter wave one. When I use VPN, it'll kick off because my wife, she worked from home, sometimes, and her VPN always would kick her off. And then once we did that, it hasn't kicked her off since.
But then you don't have any type of security.
Bro, I mean, it is what it is, bro. You need your job, right? You need to do your job. You're gonna get it done. That's why you got the VPN. That's why your job is connected through Cisco remote systems, and you should be encrypted just fine. At least it was with T-Mobile, or at least we thought. We don't know. Maybe Tim can answer that one.
What part on the encryption?
When you're connected to Cisco remotely, to Cisco's network, through T-Mobile.
Only I'm gonna say is good luck.
That's what I was waiting.
Yo, can I welcome in Mr. Two Phones Faux Free? What up, bruh?
Yo, what's up? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, man.
All right, what's up, everybody?
It's good to have you on, man. It's been
How
a
you
long
doing,
time.
Dow?
You've been around, so we're glad to have you.
Yeah. It's been a minute. It's been a long time, but yeah, that's what's up.
So I hear you're getting AT&T fiber, man. Facts?
Yeah. That's where we getting at the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Shout
nice.
take the music.
Yeah, they coming over there now.
I'll be back.
Yeah, they installing that tomorrow. I think in the morning or afternoon.
So my fiber connection on Spectrum sucks.
Man. Yeah,
It's
we got
not-
Spectrum. That's why I'm here at the house. I'm on Spectrum right now. It's trash, bro.
Spectrum is trash. Cox is trash.
Man.
Charter's
This
pretty
is-
good from what I hear.
This is the first time I've ever been on fiber. I can go from literally a swing of 1 gig down to as low as 150 megabytes within 5 minutes.
Man,
How's that even
the
possible
routers
on
just keep
fiber?
disconnecting. That's the problem.
His
I
won't
got
even stay
nothing.
on.
So,
My fiber from cable company is so damn inconsistent.
Yeah, it's probably all the other stuff. It's the drops. It's the
Well,
lines.
it's not a true fiber connection. It's converting somewhere. So like the last 500 feet or whatever from the box to your home is fiber, but it's still on coax from the box to whatever their main feeds are.
So basically, if you guys have trouble with any like VPN connections on like fiber or mobility, anything like that, what you need to do is do what's called a bridge your router. Get another router and bridge it together. That way, it uses your own router instead of AT&T's or T-Mobile's or what have you. And then make sure your IP, it's called IPsec pass through. Make sure that's enabled as well.
Yeah, I was going to say Spectrum won't let you do straight pass through. You have to use their equipment.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think that's why mines be acting up.
Trash
that's what I
hardware.
heard about. That's what I heard about Spectrum on their fiber. You have to use their shit. If not, it don't work.
Yeah, if you disconnect their Wi-Fi router from the modem, you get nothing. You can't bypass
No
it.
signal,
They've got
no
on
nothing.
was a PHP password protected something. I can't remember what it's exactly called.
I think that's what it is, Tim.
You guys
my
missed it.
My
I
Google
just
router
blocked T-Mobile for like 15 minutes, man. 20 minutes. We did all the negative stuff. You guys came at the best part. Now we got the good stuff. You guys ready?
Go ahead.
All right. Here's where they're moving in the right direction. Their ARPU is up to $39.45. That's up almost $1. So you guys think it's the home internet with the Magenta Max plan just kind of all working together, getting the ARPU up a smidge? Because they're not changing pricing on plans. They're just selling more things, right?
Yeah.
They converted 0.5% of their prepaid customers to postpaid. I think that helps too, right? So they can generate a little bit more money. What is the other thing? Oh, they're gaining in rural America. They're gaining in business. Dude, listen to this. You could tell me, because Tim, you were in the know for a long time. They're selling small businesses $10 a line for unlimited data plans.
That would be the old B2B plan. So you don't get unlimited. It's a you get 2 gigs of data per line, if I remember correct.
No, it's unlimited.
I don't even know about that one then, because the only one they had when I was there, it was a 2 gig data plan, and you could get up to 12 lines for $180 a month. And it was only available for small business.
It's unlimited, but you're on essential priority.
Yeah, it's basically you only get 5 gigs of hotspot and stuff, and it's
yep, that's exactly it. It's 5
that
gigs
must be
of
brand
hotspot.
new.
It's an
I don't know anything
plan.
about it.
You're deprioed after 20 gigs or something. Los, what is it? What's the deprio?
50 gigs, I think.
50 gigs. Okay, so it's
something like that.
It's deprio after 50. It's 5 gigs of tethering and hotspot, and it's like essentials priority.
I mean, it might be okay. It depends
$10
on
a
what
month,
the
though.
business is for.
$10 a month.
I'm paying 17 a month.
What's the line cap?
On Magenta, so
200, I think.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a small business, that's a hell of a deal, I guess.
That's how I looked at it. I was like, damn, like if you had I mean, hell, you're selling those lines to your employees. At that point, you could be like, yo, man, you're paying 70 a month. I can sell you basically the same line for 25, and I'm making money. And I'm helping him out. Bro, let me help you out, you know? Buy 2 of these lines for me, $50, bro. I'm gonna take it out of your check every week.
I wonder what the qualifications are.
That's a deal, though.
Yeah.
Any small business, so is it just sole proprietor accounts and tax ID?
No,
gotta have a tax ID.
EIN.
So it's tax ID only? Okay.
Have that tax ID. Run it.
And bro,
you know, and then you can get yourself
T-Mobile don't play, bro. They verify that shit too.
Yeah, they do now because they got
ID is better credit than me.
Bro, Pete, that's the same way, bro. Like I just checked my shit, bro, and it's like a 761. It just went down. But my damn business is a 79 out of 80, bro. I'm like,
listen,
damn.
man, you guys don't know how good Pete got it. Pete calls customer care, and it's like, yes, your majesty. You know, it's like coming to America, bro. I'm just like, yo, the King of Zamunda just pulled up. Like, what the hell is this, bro?
Well,
Man.
I'm I'm pre-approved for 20 lines with $1,000 a line.
Yeah, bro, phones and everything, bro. He's getting, bro. Seriously, he calls. They're like, yes, your majesty. How can we serve you? We grovel at your feet.
I can't. How long have you been with T-Mobile, Pete?
11 years.
That's why.
Wow.
10 years.
Pete got the magic stick.
Hold on, Pete. So they only got you approved for 20 lines, bro? Are you serious?
Well, when I first got it, my business credit was effectively 715. Now I'm up around what's effectively an 840.
So no, but what's your actual business score? Because business scores go from like they go up to 80. 80 is the highest you can get for business.
79 out of 80.
Oh, you're great. You're excellent. You're in the excellent category.
My personal is 815. So.
Now that the thing is, bro, is you should be more than 20 because I just got mine. I had it for 20 lines originally, and now I'm approved up to 1,000. It just bumped up after
It's
6
probably
months.
it probably has more to do with the plan than it does qualification.
If they reran my business credit, I'd be up around 1,000.
Yeah,
Let's
you
go,
should
LB.
be.
What up,
In
LB?
the house. Yeah. Man, you got Ricky going in the live chat right now, bro. Somebody got him started.
Oh, damn.
Whoever did that, man, you have no idea what you just did, bruh.
Man, you don't know, bro. You don't know.
Back, bro.
That's all I'm gonna say is you don't know.
Lauren says his girl's approved for 13, 9,000 on EIP as on a consumer account. Yeah, bro, she's been with him since VoiceStream and Omnipoint and Western Wireless.
Damn.
Lawrence
also
had
got
service
like
in Hawaii, man.
He's
Bro, you know
also
what
got
sucks?
like the best deal ever. He's got like 9 lines for $100.
Bro, he's paying like $650 a line, dog.
Ooh, getting that bang roll.
But here's how he's screwed, though, kind of. The network, he can really only, like, there's no C-band in Honolulu or Quinoa, or I forget the name of the island he's on. I think he's on Quinoa.
No, he's in what is it? Oahu. He's in the main island, Oahu.
Bro, they don't have C-band. There's no licenses there. So he's basically, and
No.
the DoD spectrum for Spectrum Auction 110, they don't have it in Honolulu either. So he's basically on N41, dog. That's it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
N41 will save.
Those DoD licenses in Hawaii are always used by the naval bases.
Yep. Military.
Yep. That's what I told him. I said, bro, the military got too much juice over there, man.
They do.
Well, before it was a state, it was a military law place. So
Yo, LB, we were just talking about the Magenta business lines, man. You just missed it. I know the homie LB got a ton of lines with them. He's got like 7,000 lines, dog.
Damn.
I don't know if it's 7,000, but he's got a lot. LB's got he's an entrepreneur, I think, out of Chicago. He's got a business.
I thought Indiana. I thought he's Indianapolis.
Is he? He's indie?
I think he's Indiana. Hey, LB, correct me if I'm wrong. Indiana, right?
But yeah, he was telling me about the deals he was getting, and it was in response to when me and Roger were talking about MVNO and how T-Mobile hasn't been playing nice with MVNOs. They basically let all their contracts expire, all the people that were on the Sprint access, they told them to kick rocks, and they're basically starting from scratch. I mean, they don't even want to deal with Dish. Like, they're stuck dealing with Dish because of merger agreement concessions, but they'd rather not. You know, they want to do this whole 5G thing on their own. Again, I think that's the wrong thing to do. Clearly, because you see Verizon making deals with Mobile X, you see AT&T making secondary deals with Dish. Why is MVNO good for those two big carriers, but not good for T-Mobile?
backhaul.
But if you're generating revenue secondarily through MVNO, that pays for backhaul.
Exactly.
Okay, so
My question is how is not selling your service at a discount rate better than not selling your service?
So Sneed, what you're saying is they need a better CFO.
I guess that's what I said in an indirect way. Pete, you know me. I never say no to business. I find a way to make business happen. You know, everybody's like, I don't know if I want to do that. How do I make that happen? I always look at opportunities. This is something that my dad taught me a long time ago. Always look at business opportunities. If it doesn't look like it could work right away, find ways to make it work. You might have to be imaginative. You might have to be creative. How do you make it profitable? There's so many different things you could do. Why, if it's the CFO or if it's the CEO, why are they not exploring the MVNO more? Even if it is $2 billion a year. Who turns down $2 billion a year? I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody. Jeff Bezos doesn't turn down $2 billion a year, and he's got hundreds of billions.
Yeah, that's enough for like 15 more dick-shaped yachts.
Oh my God. I knew you were going to do it. I knew it would be him, bro. I knew it.
Yo, give me the yacht.
Wait, has T-Mobile, does anyone know, has T-Mobile added any MVNOs since the Sprint merger?
No.
Not that I'm aware of.
They cut off Black
not
Wireless. They cut off Black Wireless.
Damn.
They cut off all the Sprint ones. As soon as they expire, it's over. Bro, they want to do it all themselves.
Well,
So what's going on with Boost Mobile though?
That's with Dish.
That's my point.
Wow.
Do you think it's something like April 2023? Do you think they'll start doing that? Do you think it's something? I don't know if it's like the DOJ or what, but I don't know. Maybe they're not allowed to add any MVNOs. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they
Bruh.
might not be
They
able
are.
to negotiate
They
new
are.
MVNO plans.
They are. I can prove it. Coxswing got a deal from Verizon. What did T-Mobile do?
They
They're
sued.
suing.
Yeah.
And you're telling me
Bro.
that they're not allowed?
I don't know.
Because they're using the old Sprint. Supposedly they had that old Sprint deal, especially out here. They were supposed to do it with Sprint.
So let me get this straight. You want to know if they're allowed to, but they want to cock block Cox?
No, I'm just thinking, isn't that
Oh.
isn't that like existing Sprint though? Isn't that they can do
But-
that if it's existing though?
But Sprint
they had
doesn't
that with Sprint
exist.
though. But no, that's what I'm saying. They had it with Sprint. I just don't know if they can just do like a new MVNO as T-Mobile themselves until the contract.
Bro, that's a Cox block. That's what that is.
That's what I
Hey,
think
Snid.
as well. Yeah.
Hey, Snid, do you think it's because of CDMA?
Bro, real talk, the CDMA's got to go. The problem is T-Mobile's network president, their president of technology, testified in court that they didn't need to shut down the CDMA for up to 3 years. So what does Dish have? They have a case.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, the DOJ is going to side with Dish on this.
Dish,
That's not what I want.
Dish is going to hold on to that piece of coal, try and crush it into a diamond for 3 years, just because they said up to 3 years.
Pete, if you don't like the language, then you don't agree to it. That's what I would have told T-Mobile. That's on them.
Yeah.
If they would have just given a date, Pete, if you and me make an agreement, there's going to be a date on that agreement. A date for the entry, a date for the expiration. And we both agree and we sign.
Sneed, if it's for like legacy, dead cow, dead horse technology, I'd say no later than on my date. But I would also say, I'll give you 6 months warning when it's like, yeah, that dead horse is going to the glue factory.
I think the best time to cut off CDMA would have been January 1st, 2022, and all carriers shut it down. Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile, all of them at the same time. You got nowhere to go, bruh. Ain't no CDMA in this country.
Call it 5G day.
There you
Like, seriously, what do you got, a chinchilla dog? What you doing?
Yeah, the wife brought Charlie out.
Bro, let me tell you something about Charlie. If he's anything like my old chinchilla, they chew on everything, dog.
Yes, he does.
Better-
If you were
better
watching, he
Cat
bit
5
me
cable.
just a second ago.
Damn.
Bro, he looks grumpy, man. Smack him around if he gets out of hand. Coming out of pocket.
Pull him by the ears or something.
Here it is. CPUC already denied T-Mobile on their request to strike Dish testimony. Doesn't look good for them. Bro, the language is on Dish's side. I don't want CDMA. Everybody always does this, man. They think I want to protect Dish. They think I want to protect CDMA. I do not. But the language is what it is.
2 booths up to 3 years means we're doing it. We're killing it, taking out back old Yeller style, pulling the horse to the glue factory at the 3-year mark.
Pete, they asked Neville, when do you need this spectrum? He said, we won't need it for 3 years. Why did he say that?
So they have a rotting carcass losing its good ligaments that they could sell to a glue factory for 3 years.
Shame on Neville for testifying.
Look at what AT&T did.
Oh, man.
Could he say, senior moment, my dementia's kicking in on that one?
He's not that old, Pete. Come on, man.
Hey, if you think CDMA is worth keeping around for 3 years, you might be a little old.
Okay, 3 years ago, you would have been like, yeah, CDMA is cool for 1 more year.
No, I would have said take that thing to a glue factory.
Well, I mean, I think the one beneficial thing about the older technologies is that once the March CDMA shutdown happens, T-Mobile will still be left with Edge, right? So you'll still be able to use
the 2G?
that. Yep. And hey, it works. I heard it works great. So
you heard it works great at what?
Hey, I like 2G.
Man, it's a lot of people love 2G though. I got audience love 2G for real.
No, bro. Well, for calling and texting, maybe.
Yeah.
And emailing a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Man, they're actually using it for data.
JSON packets.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't even find 2G or 3G. I looked. I spent the last 2 weeks looking.
There.
I've actually seen 3G pop up on my T-Mobile sim like a couple of times in the past year.
Where you what market are you at?
I'm in Southern Illinois.
Southern Illinois got 3G.
Yeah, there's
and
HSBA
On T-Mobile.
plus there.
Mm.
And AT&T 5G is still spotty out here, bro.
No, I believe it. But the LTE's everywhere.
Yeah, LTE, yeah, for sure.
Oh. Look at fucking Montana.
Oh gosh, no, don't get me started with that.
Yeah, I think Running Flame brings up a good point. They don't even have stock of these newer phones, especially these entry-level phones, like the entry-level, the mid-range, $200 or less, $100 or less, $50, the free on the port and deal. 2 phones, you know what I'm talking about, dog. People are looking for a good deal on some phones, bro. That's
free.
But that's the thing, man. There haven't been none for free, bro. There's no stock.
No,
Yeah?
right.
Like you go to a store, there's like 3
Chip
phones. You're like,
shortage.
bruh. Yeah.
You're right.
Man, let me find out they're keeping that 1X up. No way, man.
Oh, yeah. I seen that 1X. I seen the 1X on the Verizon. Yep.
I didn't know there.
Hey, if you out here in Southern Illinois in the
Well,
sticks, like if you travel through DuPont, Illinois, I've seen 1X on Verizon for real.
2 phones. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You look like you are in the sticks for real, bro. You're lurking in the shadows, dog. Like I don't know.
No, I got my hacker thing going on. I got.
Oh,
people
okay.
say
All
I'm
right,
a
I
hack.
feel you, bro.
People
I
say
feel
I'm a
you, like
hacker,
Mr.
so-
Robot or whatever, right?
Yeah, I'm
It's
anonymous.
a weird one for you. On my T-Mobile native eSIM, I've actually deliberately connected to a CDMA connection.
Dude, I want to say my Pixel 5 didn't even have CDMA.
Yeah, because it should be in the glue factory being turned into something useful, like glue.
I was going to say, I can still connect to Verizon 3G. No issue out where I live now.
You got 3G. See, we don't have it here because the new Pixel, the Pixel 6 Pro, you can put it into 3G. Verizon doesn't have it anywhere here. I tried, bro. I drove around the whole city.
The reason why you can't.
I've seen 3G here too, Snid. I've seen on Verizon, on my S20, on my Samsung unlocked.
There's areas out here, if they didn't have the 3G, you'd have no coverage.
Any of these phones, these newer phones, S21
Damn
and
right.
up, Verizon automatically puts a CDMA-less provisioning on it. So that means it disables the CDMA. You have to call them to get it to take that feature off for you to be able to do it. Like I did it on my business account.
This phone is not from Verizon. It's not a Verizon firmware.
It doesn't matter. All you do is call Verizon and tell them, "Hey, I need my CDMA-less feature taken off."
I never had a CDMA provision, CDMA-less provision. Never.
It automatically does it when you stick the SIM in.
When did they start doing that?
They started doing that since the S21 and the iPhone 12.
S21
and the iPhone 12.
But I haven't bought a phone or changed my plan or done anything.
It doesn't matter. You stick the SIM in, it does it automatically when it changes the IMEI over automatically.
So there is 3G, but I'm not connecting to it.
You can't connect to it because you need to have that CDMA feature taken off. That CDMA list.
Yeah, I'm gonna go fight for some 3G. You guys coming?
I did it on my business account. I turned it off because on the business account you can just go in the business portal and toggle the thing off.
We'll find some T-Mobile Edge stuff for you, buddy.
I have Edge in my house. It doesn't do data, but it's there, and I can text on it.
Yo, LB says my Pixel 6 Pro doesn't get 5G at the same times that my iPhone does. I wonder what that's about. So what's it connecting to instead of 5G? Like, are you getting
carrier?
LTE?
Verizon wireless or what carrier? Like
no, he's on T-Mobile, so that means he's popping into LTE. I wonder if he got his Pixel from T-Mobile or if he got his Pixel unlocked, and I wonder if that matters. I don't know. Or if maybe it's the way the SIM was provisioned. If he moved his SIM from another phone that was activated in an LTE phone or something. I don't know.
That could be it too.
Or did he got the new 5G SIM?
What is it called? The R15?
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. He might have to change the APN settings or something.
Real quick, walking into my house, I might be jumping off.
All right, Big Pete. It was good having you, though. Appreciate you, Bearded Dragon.
All right, Pete.
There, dude.
All right,
What? Ouch.
so basically, okay, so I'll be saying his is unlocked. It might be the sim. It might be. See, Ricky, you got to come in here, man. You got to do this, bro. Ricky always dogging T-Mobile, man.
Hey, facts, Ricky.
This is why we
Oh, my
call him
God.
Pretty Ricky, bro. Pretty Ricky.
Pretty Ricky.
Hey, Ricky, I can give you one better. T-Mobile has no service at my house at all.
Damn.
Neither does
Oh,
AT&T.
Verizon's the
Wow.
only one.
Verizon is the
Pull that
only
one.
one.
That's
what about the
crazy.
Wi-Fi
Coverage
calling,
at my
dog?
home.
What about
That
that
might-
Wi-Fi calling?
That might change for you next year, Tim. So
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, Tim got to pray on that one.
Yep.
It-
Let us pray for
so
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I am so happy if I can connect to more to a Verizon Band 13 site out here.
Dang. Wow.
Bro,
Man.
where do you live, bro? You live next to Sodom and Gomorrah? Like, where are you, bro?
It is. So it's literally
shit.
nothing but farmers.
Oh my
out
God, bro.
Oh man.
He's out there. He lives like a mile away from the gates of Ishtar. I don't know.
Here. I'll put you this way. I am
Oh,
out.
Sid.
So the saddest thing
Oh.
is I can be in downtown Raleigh in 30 minutes,
That's not
but
even
I'm
that
out
far.
in rural America just enough that I can literally go ask my next door neighbor for half a cow.
Oh,
Wow.
dang.
Jeez.
You'd get connection if Neville didn't mess up and allowed you to use that CDMA as 5G.
Oh, Pete.
Yo, man, I'll take a quarter of that cow if you want the other quarter.
So
I don't think people know how much meat that is, a half a cow.
I got a cow farmer literally less than a half a mile from me down the road.
Yeah, but real talk, Tim, a half a cow would last you 2 years.
That's a lot of meat.
Like you and your wife, like a small family like that would last you 2
that'd be
years.
about probably about 600 pounds of meat.
Because a quarter cow for 2 families would last 6 months. Trust me, I've done it. Because
Hey,
it gives you like
Tim.
40 pounds of ground beef, bro. It gives you
Mhm.
shoulder, it gives you rack, like there's all types of stuff on there, man. You get steaks, the whole shebang, dog.
So I'll put it to you this way: the nearest T-Mobile site to my home is 7 miles away.
What I want to know is, does Sprint have coverage there?
Yes,
See, I knew it, bro. This is the crazy stuff, bro.
Sprint actually has a site a half a mile from my home.
They did that on purpose. They're like, nah, we're not gonna put towers in the city. We're gonna put them in the country. We're gonna give it to the country folk.
Just like the Verizon site is in line of sight of my house.
Mm.
See, I knew it, bro, because it's crazy. Sprint never had voice over LT in my market, a major market, a top 11 PEA. Like you go to the FCC website, Cleveland's like 4+ million people in the county and the surrounding market. That's more than Vegas. Vegas is like 1.2 million for their PEA.
Damn.
Right? But Sprint had like 3G up until like 2018 everywhere. It was just 3G.
Wow.
Bro,
That's crazy.
But then they got coverage in the middle of nowhere. Carlos is on a mountain in the desert. Bro, Carlos is riding a camel, bro, and he's got signal with Sprint in Nevada.
The only thing I can say is that 850 megahertz they got is actually quite impressive, and it travels.
Bro, it is not impressive.
Well,
it's guard band, homie.
for sending a text and making a phone call, it's impressive.
Yeah, that's true. That's about all you're gonna get. I ran a speed test.
Yeah, that's text now right there.
Mhm. Text now.
Yeah.
We're the band 26 carrier.
25. Yep.
Hey, 26 is good if you're the only one on it.
Yo, LB says he has the R15 Sims. That's the 5G Sims.
Then why is it still on LTE?
Could be a account provisioning, maybe.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to say. Something needs to be reprovisioned.
You need to be on the Zorba 5G plan.
You're gonna be eating Zarg nuts with Zorb, bro. Yeah, the nice thing about Ohio, I mean, I drove Western, Southern. I've been all over the state. All the carriers are covered here. Sprint actually saves the day for T-Mobile in some places. So the synergies with the coverage
Yeah, that's true.
helps big time. Because like for the first 30 miles of my trip, it was all native T-Mobile. And then for the next 10 to 15 miles was all Sprint keep sites.
Damn.
All of it. That means that T-Mobile didn't have coverage before.
Wow.
Right? Like it was nothing. Unless they had a roaming partner that wasn't connecting anymore. It went straight to Sprint. So the band 25, the band 41, it was fast. It was like 100 megabits everywhere I was going. I didn't have no uplink. I was getting like 2 megabits on the uplink, so the Zoom meetings weren't going to happen. The FaceTime wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
But, we could, had the full HD video and such.
So it's like here. So T-Mobile had I-40, the major interstate covered. Once you get off the interstate, you're done. Sprint has everything else.
I think they just did a provisioning for LB. Yep. He says it's going to show differently tomorrow. I bet you they redid something on his account.
Not like
I don't know, Ricky.
Now, bro.
I don't know,
Not
Ricky.
like
Ricky don't like the 600 megahertz, apparently. You don't like coverage, dog? You don't like
No,
coverage?
no, he'd rather have that millimeter wave and then walk, half a mile and then have no service on his phone.
You'd be lucky.
Ultra
to get a half mile.
capacity, these nuts, baby.
You'd be lucky to get a half a mile out of a node. You'd have to put that sucker high.
High and loud.
Mm-hmm. I was talking to they were doing the tower by my house, Pete, and they told me it'd be up and running in a week.
Did they tell you you're getting enough N41 at your house to make your dog 5-legged?
I don't think I'm gonna get it, dude.
Hey, they needed to get you a 5-legged dog with that N41 dog.
Like a mile and a half away from the site?
Yeah, but it's not gonna get there, bro.
Is it on the top of the site?
Yeah, but it's still not gonna get there. I couldn't get band 66 there. What you mean, bro?
Dang.
Why don't
you
tell
could
them
outside,
today
couldn't
what
you?
you've seen?
No.
Oh, never mind.
I tried it today. I was picking up a random N71 signal from somewhere. I was getting 1 megabit. I don't even know where the tower is.
Damn.
Hey, Sneed.
Big shout out to Chanel 808. Lawrence, appreciate you, man. My text now line connects to band 41 with the iPhone XR. Man, big shout out to the iPhone XRs out there. Y'all need to trade in. Seriously.
Hey, Sneed, why don't you tell them what you saw today when I was at SEMA, the speed test on FaceTime? T-Mobile Ultra Capacity. What was it again, bro?
It was bad. Yeah, it was bad.
It was 0.70 down and 0.60 up on Ultra Capacity at the SEMA Convention Center.
Wow.
While Verizon had millimeter wave getting over a gig, AT&T getting over 800 on millimeter wave.
See, what T-Mobile's doing is they're focusing on getting the pops, right? They want to cover as much space as they can. But what's happening is stuff like this. You go to a stadium, you go to an arena, and the service is tanking. They just don't have it, right? So you have to pick your poison, I guess. If you're a company that's only spending X amount of dollars per year on your network, you have to make some kind of concessions in some aspects, I guess.
Pete knows, bro. What saved us at CES with T-Mobile, the only thing that saved us was that damn cell on wheels that they put right by the convention center. The cow. That's the only thing that saved T-Mobile. If it wouldn't have been there, it would have been no service, guaranteed.
What's up, RJ? You know what, Zach? I would be really surprised if it reached outside, but it would be cool. But I doubt it. I think I'm going to struggle to get PCS, honestly.
Dang.
Yeah. Rip anyone who had T-Mobile at Rolling Loud. How many people they fit in that place? UC stands for Ultra Castration. Sheesh. This guy.
Ricky. Man.
Sprint would make N41 reach a mile and a half. Sprint would? What was Sprint doing differently?
Better optimization, bro.
Oh snap! Hey, blows being thrown.
Blows by
dog.
blows.
Oh.
remember LA. Remember the Alamo. Remember LA.
Yeah, remember the Alamo.
Bro, hey Caleb, you know
Yeah.
what I was remembering, bro? I was remembering the last day of Sprint N41, bro. Remember
Yep.
that shit, bro.
I know.
It was
All
so
9
good in
markets.
LA.
All 9 markets.
Man, Sprint's
Yeah,
still
bro.
good in St. Louis though.
Nah,
Hey
in
man,
Vegas,
it wasn't doing us
they
no good to
crippled
have it in
us.
9 markets.
Yeah, in the Missouri and Illinois area, Sprint's still out here.
Still good.
They
Yep,
crippled
still good
us,
out
bro.
here.
Man, it's gonna be a rough transition.
I know.
What did this? Oh, it's on the 32 gig plan. So they're giving him 480p video, and after 32 gigs, they're slowing you down.
Dang.
You're on deprio, which is going to happen on the T-Mobile network. They will deprio you after you hit that threshold because they're going to want to upsell you. I mean, Verizon does it too. AT&T seems like they don't give a damn if there's capacity on the network. They're just like, yeah, you can have that. You know?
Man, how the hell do I jump this over to an earbud on the mobile app?
What are the bands on T-Mobile to disable? I don't know. They got a lot of bands now, so you don't have to disable anything. I would say disable band 12, if anything, because that's only like 5 megahertz. And that shit is trash.
Trash.
It is so bad. Bro, that's call only, dog.
Band 12 is what's kind of saving them on US 95 heading to Reno.
Don't disable 12. That's where you get your E911 information.
Yeah, that too.
You get that message, Tim, in the private? Check it out. The only thing that will increase speed, capacity, range, and lower ping is good hardware antennas. I know. Ricky's all about that massive MIMO. He's on that MIMO.
That Moo Mimo.
That Moo Mimo. Moo Mimo.
Hey, but honestly, Sneed, what I saw today, bro, at the convention, bro, it shows you, bro, that they need to step up in that game and do the same. Because I'm sorry, I understand N41 is going to be good in areas like it'll be good for rural, it'll be good for like the suburbs, but it's not going to cut it in the urban area. It's not. It won't. It
In the
can't
setting,
it
you
can't
need
handle.
millimeter wave.
Thank you. Exactly, Pete. Bro, that's not everybody in the car community, bro, because either they got messed up credit, bro, because they'd rather spend $25,000 in car parts than sit here and pay, have a good phone or like they're cheap. So they rather have T-Mobile, bro, or Sprint. A lot of them actually have Sprint, and then they got migrated over. And now look at how bad it is, bro, at the convention center. They can't even hold, bro.
Dang.
Like, it's crazy.
I am everybody on AT&T, so I'm good.
Like, it sucks, man, because, if you got them right there, bro, and you wanted to stream do any stream, or you wanted to FaceTime somebody real quick or duo them, you can't. There's no way you can't do it with 0.660 up. The highest up I got was 1 megabit. And that was towards the end of the show for the day.
86% loss.
Yeah, that's crazy, Jose.
Man, I'd go home if I was getting 86% loss. I'd be like, you lost, bruh. 86% loss.
Dang.
All right, y'all. I think we covered everything. The quarter for T-Mobile was a mixed bag. There was a couple of good things, I think, in there. I think a couple of things are alarming. I think it's the state of the new company. They're just different now. It's a different CEO. It's a different marketplace. It's different competitors in a way. AT&T's acting different. T-Mobile's acting different. Verizon's kind of more of the same, though. their premium and upselling and stuff. That's not really changing. But
I want to know
AT&T is
how
competing.
T-Mobile's been cooking their books.
I mean, I don't know, Pete. The thing I don't understand. Okay, so the churn I don't get. He says industry leading. I look at the numbers. I can count. Right? That one doesn't make sense. And we also figured out that they do add a lot of free lines, and they count those as their postpaid net additions. So we've kind of figured things out. The problem right now is it looks like investors are too, because the stock went from 150 to I think it's now under 114. That literally happened in one quarter. It's been like 2 or 3 months, dude. Like Dish has been the same. Verizon's kind of around the same. AT&T dropped a little bit, but they're kind of sort of the same. They're all within like a couple of bucks or whatever. T-Mobile dropped fast and furious in terms of their stock value. So that gives me the impression that the people that spend and invest in the company aren't buying it. They're not believing in what is being told to them.
Hey, yo,
Yeah,
Snid, I got a question for you.
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, so remember earlier we were talking about that whole Walmart thing. Do you think that's going to help T-Mobile get more customers?
The Walmart thing? I think that improves their retail presence, right? So outside of their stores, right? It gives them a retail presence. But I think it also I think it hurts the people that are in the commission business. Those employees that would be getting sales. Because now it's Walmart employees that are doing those activations.
But this is
right.
the
That's
thing.
They horrible here, bro. I'm gonna be straight honest with you. I don't know if you've seen one of my videos in the previous months. I went off on Walmart with AT&T, and they couldn't even help me, bro. And they was talking about we don't have no activation people here to activate your service, and it's bad here in Illinois, bro.
I believe it.
But how is it gonna hurt them, Sneed, if they can't even finance phones? You can't finance phones at a Best Buy.
Yeah, but you can buy the lines, and they're selling $100 and $200 phones, like ones that could be paid outright.
Well, yeah, that's the only way. But if you want to get, like, let's say the Pixel 5 or something like that, you can't finance it through them. You can't take a hold of, let's say, the trade-in credit to trade in a phone, and it's 0 monthly payments or whatever, because you can't finance nothing through them.
Well, I was going to say that'd be really hard, because to take advantage of any promo, you have to do it the same time you activate the lines. So if you activated the lines at Walmart and then went to a store, you just lost the promo. You'd have to deactivate the whole account and start all over again.
Exactly.
And then do another credit pull and all of that.
Yeah, you'd have to completely close the account and restart it.
Big shout out to LB. Thank you for the super chat. Absolutely. I'll let everybody know, LB. I'll push the contact out. We'll see if we can make some things happen. Absolutely.
But bro, like that's the thing though, Sneed. They had those contracts with Sprint. So they had it with Sprint where you could finance at Walmart, Best Buy, Costco, places like that. Why did they get rid of that contract? They should have continued it. They already had it on the silver platter. That's what
so
I don't get.
We got the final stock price. It was $117.70. So that means it went up, because they were down into the 114s, 115s. So that actually went up. That's good. Okay. All right. Maybe it was the ARPU increased by $1. Maybe they're like, all right, well, let's show them some love and give them $1.
The laser beams from Planet Zorb. That's why the share price went up.
A lot of their business decisions don't make sense right now, bro. Like that, like what I was just saying right now about the financing, bro. Why would you get rid of the financing if Sprint had it? They had it on the silver platter. All they had to do was just switch the system. That's it. There's a lot of stuff that does not make sense. They're not being friendly with all these other options. A lot of Sprint customers go to Walmart to do their upgrade there because they want that extra $100, $200 credit promo that they get there from buying the phone there.
Yep.
The only thing that this helps T-Mobile with is having retail presence. It doesn't help the consumer, unless you would say, well, I only have a Walmart in my town. I don't have a T-Mobile store. Well, then it at least gives them something, right?
A retail presence of what? Getting charged a $35 service convenience fee?
Okay, so what if there's no store in that town, but there's a Walmart? Carlos, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
They should have
It's
Well,
removed
they
not
can't
whether or not
negotiate
you have
on
an option
finance.
between the T-Mobile store or the Walmart. It's that the Walmart is the option. The Walmart has Straight Talk. The Walmart has H2O Wireless. The Walmart has all that stuff, but they don't have T-Mobile postpaid, and now they can have it. Do you mean to tell me those 2,300 locations at Walmart's aren't going to help T-Mobile's bottom line? Of course they will. They're going to sell some lines. They're going to sell some
course.
phones. It's not replacing
Well-
a T-Mobile store. I got you, bro. I'm with you there, but
So wait, serious question here. Walmart selling T-Mobile postpaid now?
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I used to go there for burner phones.
oh yeah. Tim,
Yeah,
that's
track
the guy.
phone and straight talk. Yeah, track phone.
Hey, thanks for the advice on that one time, bro. It worked. Thank you.
You know, I'm trying to get some hats from someone unscrupulous. I buy a Walmart phone, call them up, and order some hats, and then throw it in a trash can.
So this is why our people don't have anything, Pete.
Hey,
All right,
Pete, when you
Edgardo is
when you
saying
coming
that
down?
the connection center is waiving activation fees.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I know, right? That's like an instant $35, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Interesting.
Anything else for the go to the order, gents?
The skunk ape cometh.
Hashtag skunk apes. If anybody
Next
would like to do
year,
that, you watch this all the way through,
2022 skunking.
where it will be total skunking. Absolutely. Hashtag ravioli gang. Hashtag mod squad. Hashtag 2Live crew. What was the other one? Somebody had a good one earlier, man. It wasn't the ravioli gang one. It was some different one. Anyways, yeah. So if you guys, could do me a solid before you go, please give this video a like, share it to all your socials, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. If you got one of those, I think some people are still doing that. Meta universe.
You're on
whatever
the
they're doing.
Facebook. Just think, I already know all your information, so you're safe to go.
Skunk ape coming.
That's right. And you could share this to Reddit, but you could skip the T-Mobile Reddit. You don't have to send it there. It's okay. You could leave
Yeah,
it up there.
like post it on the Samsung Reddit. They love Sneed there.
Do they?
Remember, Apple sucks, so post it on the Apple Reddit. They can bite me.
Right. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We out this piece. Peace.
Peace.